I'm Beverly, and I'm on the witness stand. Welcome back, everybody. I am here at the beach, believe it or not. I'll just hold it. I am at the beach, and it is supposed to be hot. It has not been hot a single time down here. I've tried to get in the pool. One day, the sun came out. I got in the pool. The wind started up. I thought I was going to freeze before I got out. We have had this kind of weather through August. We only had maybe at the end of July to the 1st of August, we had really hot weather for a couple of weeks. And then we had monsoons, it felt like. This has just been the weirdest North Carolina summer I have ever seen. I can't believe coming from the mountains to the beach, I expected warm, if you mean cloudy. You never know at the beach. I mean, it comes and goes. And one day you might have 3 seasons. But I thought, it would be warm. I've been wearing sweaters. I could be wearing one right now. I don't know why I didn't bring it out because I'm freezing. So I'm just going to get really, really to this. Oh my God. How about that? If you're watching the Adelson murder, you'll know what that's about. I laughed over that. I did. Can't believe that woman thought she wasn't guilty. I can't believe it. Guilty on all counts. It's the greatest thing. How about the possibility of 7 trials, 7 wins for the prosecution out of 1 murder case? And when I say 7 trials, I think you remember that if you watch the other one, of the hit crew, 2 were in a relationship together. Sigfrido and Catherine, I'm not even going to try Banois again, but I don't even know. But they were in a relationship together and they were tried together. However, he was found guilty. She was hung jury, so they do a retrial. So that makes the extra trial. And she was found guilty. I don't know why in the world they couldn't come to that on the first one, because to me, it was obvious. But anyway, I can't believe the gall of these people. I really can't. Did you not think for 1 minute that you'd get caught? Nobody ever has done the perfect murder. Nobody. She is done for. Like, she will die in jail. And I think she knows that. And I'm going to tell you something. Based on the time that she's been in jail so far, she looks like she's declined so much. I don't think she's going to be around for long. Charlie, on the other hand, will be around for a long time. So will the hit 3, because there were 2 men and 1 woman. They'll be in jail for a long time because they're pretty young. Again, I just don't understand how people think they can get away with this. So my big question now is, and this is where I want you guys to start a discussion. Let's talk Wendy and Harvey. Wendy, the daughter that everybody was trying to protect, to take care of, Wendy has turned on everybody and testified against everybody, if you want to call it testimony, because all she has said is, I don't remember. I don't remember that. Well, what about, Wendy, if you look in the reports, if you look in the transcribed scripts of where you testified before? Oh, yeah, it's in there. I did say that. Well, what about so-and-so? I don't remember. I don't remember. Everything was, I don't remember. I don't remember. So I'll remember when you go to trial, because the lady, and I swear I forget her name, and I'm so sorry for it. The prosecutor, this brilliant prosecutor who is 5-0. This prosecutor gave a little interview after the trial, and she was smiling. I know she was so happy, but she was brilliant. Brilliant. This woman's going to go somewhere. I hope she ends up being a judge somewhere, and I think that will be in her future. However, when they asked about Wendy and being charged, specifically Wendy, she said, stay tuned. So I believe this might be one of the most difficult of the ones. Maybe she and Harvey. I think Harvey might be the most difficult because I don't know what you can have on him. There was a lot of evidence that pointed to the fact that he knew. But I don't think, based on what I know so far, that Harvey is like, there's a lot of evidence against him. But I believe that she's got a lot of evidence against Wendy that we don't know anything about. So this is going to be interesting. And I don't know how long it'll take to get to trial because everything has taken so long. So that's in our future. We will be discussing those 2 trials. And like I said, I don't know how you could get the other 5 but not get Wendy. And then what's going to happen? Because she's got kids, and I think they're like 14 and 11. I don't know, somewhere around there. And they are having some contact with Dan's parents, but I think the mother said it was cold, kind of. But you know what? When all of their family goes to prison, I think they'll lean on them. I hope so, because who else is going to take custody? Somebody's got to take custody, and they're next in line. So unless Robert takes custody, but you know what I think about Robert? Thank God he got out. Thank God he got out. And I just, can you imagine? I changed my name. I would change my name completely to his wife's name. His wife's last name. I would change my name to his wife's last name, because that has such bad connotations to it. Poor man, but what an honorable man, right? What an honorable man. That needs a haircut. He really needs a haircut. Or was that his real hair? I don't know. We can discuss that. But needless to say, he needs a haircut. He needs a haircut. Wanted to fix his hair. But maybe the kids will go to him. Maybe. But maybe he doesn't want to raise 2 kids at this point in his life. But I bet Dan's parents would love to have them. And maybe it'll go a long way toward healing that relationship that has been so damaged by the Adelson family. I don't know. But I need you guys to open up and respond to this, because I really want to see what you think, especially about Wendy. Do you think she's going to get charged? And if so, what do you think is the most damning evidence against her? I am really, really wanting to see what you say, because this is a big one. And I'm going to go back to the beginning. When Donna made that expression, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter because you're going to go to prison for life. So what does it matter what you do with the judge? But so why they don't want those kind of outbursts is because then the jury is polled right after it. And if she's done this big outburst, the jury could possibly go, oh my God, I shouldn't have sentenced this poor old woman to murder. I shouldn't have done it. I want to change my verdict. And so in the poll, they could say, no, that's not what my verdict was. And that has happened before. But so I don't, that is why the judges say no outburst, nothing. Doesn't mean that it won't happen. And you see right then, Donna Adelson was, when she was first convicted, he had the jury taken out and he admonished her, but he admonished her several times during that trial. And I keep wondering if she was doing that to uh, cause a mistrial. I don't know. It didn't make any difference. You could postpone it. You're still going to be in jail until that trial is over, and you're still going to go to prison. So you're not getting out. You're not getting out at all. But I watched her to see if she would say something to Harvey, and she turned around and said something that I couldn't understand. Maybe one of those lip readers will be able to tell what she said and to who. But I want to talk about something else that is so weird and so random. If anybody knows the comedian Jeff Dunham, Carr, anybody knows about him, he's a ventriloquist comedian, and he's got this character, Walter, that is an old grumpy man. And if you know anything about him, you think about Walter and Harvey and tell me if Harvey doesn't look like Walter. Just if you just want to look, you can just Google him or go to YouTube, where you will see a picture of Walter or a little clip, and then you go back and look at Harvey and tell me what you think, because I thought it the whole way. So anyway, phone call. How dare they? Anyway, just go back and look, because I think it's hysterical. Anyway, I thank you so much for your support. I will tell you that the last two Adelson videos were a little bit weird. Please forgive me, but they got the contact. We got the information in, and so thank you for that, and thank you for your support. And please like and subscribe. That's going to help me provide more information to you guys. And we've got some good trials coming up, and we're not ready on this one, but this is going to be a good one if it's not played out. And that is, if you have not seen the Sheriff Mickey Steins in Kentucky, where he shot and killed a judge in his office. And there's a lot of stuff coming out about that judge. But I will tell you also that I think this is going to be the perfect case for not guilty by reason of insanity. You go back and you follow a little bit. You can look on YouTube and see stuff about it. But right now they're looking for a change of venue, and I think that they should, because this is too politically fired up. So he's too well known in that county. So I think that that's probably a good thing. But I'm going to tell you, I don't even think it should go to trial. But if it does, we're here, because that's going to be a good one. And then I've looked at others that were coming up, and we've got a lot of good ones coming up, but they're still in too early phases. And I want to see some good ones that's happening right now. And I haven't found any that I have found a whole lot of interest in. And I'm going to tell you, we have followed some cases that were heartbreaking, but there's a couple of cases that are out right now that could be followed. But it's about the murder of children, like young children and babies. And I'm just going to tell you, I can't do it. I don't have the heart and the capacity mentally to handle those. So if you think, well, why isn't she doing that? That's why. I have to look at trials that I can mentally be able to put away after we talk about it. And I can't children and babies. I just can't do it. So that's why you don't see these. And maybe at some point I can, but they make me physically and mentally sick. So we are looking at some more, or maybe we'll go in and rehash some, because I've been doing that some. I've been going back in and rehashing some trial, not talking about them, but looking at them. I mean, I have been going back over some really interesting trials, and we might do that some. I think that would make really good discussions. But in the meantime, I thank you for following with me on this Adelson, even though we were really having to talk about like recapping. But I really appreciate it. And I'm interested to see what you guys think about the ending and Donna's outburst. And the most about what do you think is going to happen to Wendy, even more so about Harvey, because I don't know what they're going to do with Harvey. I think there's enough to try him on, but are they going to get sick of trying these? But I think Wendy's going to be a good one. I just don't know how long it'll take. I do believe it's coming. Curious to see what you're saying about it. In the meantime, I hope you have a wonderful day and stay tuned because more's coming. And in the meantime, you can step off the witness stand. I'm Beverly, and I'm on the witness stand.